Okay, there's this question here. The country has a working age population of 20 million. The labor force is 13 million, of which 11.7 million are employed. Among the employed, 3 million are in informal jobs and 2 million are underemployed. The following year, due to a government program, the number of employed increased to 12.2 million, but the labor force expanded to 14.5 million. Question 1. Calculate the following for the initial year. The labor force participation rate. Remember, the labor force includes those who are employed and those who are unemployed. Okay, so the labor force participation rate is just your labor force over a working age population times 100%. The question, the labor force was 13 million, the working age population 20 million. Multiply this by 100%. So 30 million divided by 20 is 0.65 times 100, we get 65%. Any questions on that one? Any questions on that one, madam? Wonderful. The next one is the employment to population ratio, okay, which is just the employed people over the working age population. Were told 11.7 million are employed out of 20 million. So 11.7 divided by 20, we get 0.585. So multiply by 100, 58.5%. Employment to population ratio. Out of the working age population, out of this 20 million, 58.5% are employed. Okay. Yes. Next, we have to calculate the unemployment rate. Okay. So we have to find the number of unemployed people over the labor force. Okay. So to get the number of unemployed people, we look at what's the labor force here, 13 million. How many employed from there? 11.7 million. Remember, the labor force includes people who are employed and people who are not employed but actively looking for jobs. So we subtract labor force minus the number who are employed to get the number of unemployed. Okay, so 30 million minus 11.7 million, we get, I think it's 1.3 million. Divided by 13 million, we get 0.1 times 100, 10%. Okay, so out of the labor force, 10% are unemployed. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, these ones are straightforward. Then you've got the informal employment rate. Okay. Out of the employed people, how many are informally employed, basically? Okay, informal employment. This is the type which is not governed by any laws or regulations. Just for example, maybe if you hire a garden boy for 700 kwacha per month, that's part of informal employment. You don't pay his NAPSA, you don't pay any taxes for him. He hasn't got any gratuity afterwards. That's informal. So the informally employed were told in this question 3 million. The total employed are 11.7 million. So 3 million out of 11.7 million, we get 25.64%. So out of this 11.7 million, 25.64 are, are informally employed. 25.6% are informally employed. Then the underemployment rate. To be underemployed just means that, for example, you get a degree in any course, and then let's say you start working as a garden boy. Okay, your job is not suitable for your qualifications. That's what we mean underemployment. Your current job is not suitable for your qualifications. It's too low for your qualifications. Okay, you get a degree or a master's. You're working as a cashier. Okay, that's being underemployed. So the same underemployed, it's and the underemployment rate, the underemployed divided by the total employed times 100%. So that would be the underemployed at 2 million. 2 million divided by 11.7 million, we get 0.71 times 100, 17.1% are underemployed. Any questions, madam?